Okay, so first we're going to start off by priming our eyes with Urban Decay's Primer Potion, the original one. And this is just going to help to make our eyeshadow stick, especially since we're going to be using black. We don't want our eyeshadow stick, especially since we're going to be using black. We don't want our eyes to eventually take on that black color. And then with a very fluffy brush, we're going to go into our Coastal Scents 252 Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. And we're going to go into the third plate, which is the one with all the purple colors. And it's going to be the first row and eighth column. And it's a very, very warm tone brown. And this is just going to act as a transition shade. This is going to help to create that gradient effect so it's not just a stiff black color. I'm just going to take you guys in a little more just so you can see better what I'm doing. We're just applying this to the crease. And this does not have to be perfect at all. And then we're going to take a very stiff pointed brush and we're going to take a black, which is again going to be the third plate, first row, first column. And we're going to try and create a V shape. You're going to be as precise as possible and then just fill it in. Almost as if you're doing a cut crease or winged eyeliner. And trust me, blending will be your best friend throughout this look. And I like to bring this black shade in just a little more, just so that I can blend in with our lid color. And then we're going to go in on the second plate, and it's going to be the fourth row, and again, 10th column. It's just going to be a very neutral brown color. We're just going to use this to blend in the black with that transition shade. And again, just to add the gradient effect. We're going back in with that black because I personally want it to be a very dark look. If you don't really like dark shadow, you don't have to do this as much. But again, personally, I want it to be very black. Right, so with just a shader brush, we're going to take again into that Coastal Scents palette. We're going to go second column, 10th shadow. And it's a gold, kind of purpley pink type of color. And this is just going to add some shine and brightness as well as other color to our eye. And we're going to blend it into the black just so we don't have such a harsh line between the black and this color. We're going to go back and forth between that color and the black just to make sure that everything's blended in and yet we still have that dark black. And now I'm going to take a pencil brush and we're just going to go in with that first color and just put it on our lower lash line just to help smoke it out. This is also going to add some definition. We're going in with NYC's liquid eyeliner in black. We're just going to create a wing eyeliner. I always do a wing eyeliner. If you don't like it, then you can definitely just do a straight liner. And the way that I do it kind of cut off, the camera did. So I just do the line at first, and then I go in from my lower lash line and just drag it up and outwards. For this look, I wanted it to be a little bit more straight, versus pointed upwards. And then after I do that, I just connect the two lines and fill it in. On this look, it's a little harder to see again just because we do have that black eyeliner. But if you guys definitely want it, I will film a eyeliner tutorial. Everyone kind of does their eyeliner differently, so as long as it looks good on you, and again, remember, different eye shapes are more suitable for different eyeliner looks, so do whatever you find is best. And we're just going to take Wet n Wild's Brûlée eyeshadow and just place it on a brown bowl with a very fluffy brush just for a highlight. And because the look itself is a little bit dark, this is just going to help to add some lighting effect. And we're going in with Costal Scents eyeliner in black. And this is just going to help to darken the eye even more. And we're going to take a pencil brush again, and with the same color, we're just going to help to smudge that black out, which is just going to give it a smokier look. And now I'm just taking that liquid eyeliner again. I like to extend my tear duct just a little more just because I do have really rounded eyes and I find that this helps to elongate it. Again, this is an optional step. And I'm just gonna fix up any little areas I see with my eyeliner and make it a little bit more thicker. I'm definitely eating a pomegranate as I do this. I'm going to take Modelco's Volumeyes mascara in black. I do really like this mascara. It's my first time using anything from that brand. And I find that it is very black and it does add some volume to it. I do have very long natural eyelashes, so I'm not a big false eyelash fanatic. But if you want, you can definitely add it onto this look. Number 21 by MAC would be an awesome one. Or 43 by Red Cherry. And now we're going into face. So I'm just taking my Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation in 64 and placing it all over. I like to apply foundation is I just put it on the back of my hand and I just take a brush. I like kabuki brushes just to buff it in. And so I just place it on my face at first in a patting motion just to get the color everywhere and just buff it out and blend it out. And this foundation is really good, especially when you're doing a dramatic look, just because it is so full coverage. A lot of people have complained about it as far as the removal, and I found that it was actually very easy. One thing to be careful of it is just because it is so full coverage, you do see very high pigmentation. So if you are looking for something that's a yellow bit more yellow base or pink tone, sometimes it's better to go with a darker color just to get rid of that super pigmentation. Also, if you apply too much of it, you can see that it is a little bit more cakey. So start off very slow and build it up if you feel necessary. And here I'm just going in with it on my jawline just to blend it in better with my neck because again it is full coverage. You want to make sure your neck and your face are the same colors. I'm just making sure everything's really, really blended. Yeah, my hair was bothering me so much. And now I'm gonna go in with the famous MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NC30. I am a yellow tone girl, so I do need something a little bit more yellow. This is just going to help to brighten up the face, especially when you have such a dark eyeliner and such a full coverage face. So we're just going to do an upside down triangle. I'm using my fingers just because I feel that it helps to melt the product better and blend it in better. You can also use a beauty blender. I do it either way. Just today I felt like using my fingers. Again, just pack it on and just do a upside down triangle or V shape. Depending on your face shape is gonna define or alter how you actually highlight. I do have a rounder face, so I try to bring it in not too towards my temple, just because that would make my face look wider. I'm just gonna place it on my chin. You just want to put it pretty much anywhere you're not really contouring, or places that you want to bring light into to make the contour look darker, such as down the bridge of the nose. And then we're going to add it to the tops of our eyebrows or our forehead. I don't like to highlight my forehead too much because I do have a big forehead and a big head. So that's one thing to keep in mind. All right. And then I'm going to go in with my Hello Flawless powder by Benefit. And I am in the shade Honey. And most people like to do like a translucent powder for their under eye, but personally I just like to do one powder all over the face just to keep it from being so cakey, and I find that it actually works pretty well. All right. And so now I'm gonna go in with Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. It's gonna be a matte, very deep brown, warm colored bronzer. It's one of my favorites, and I'm using just an angled brush, and everyone's gonna contour a little bit different. I like to go from the top of my ear into the corner of my mouth, which is just a general tool. And I do make a little weird face. And I like to pack it on before I actually do blend it out, just because I like really heavy contouring. Again, because I do have a rounder face, I feel the need to pretty much do more than normal people would. And I also am pale, so this does help to add color. And so the way that I blend it out is I'm totally checking myself out. I just do little swiping circular motions, almost like the eye, but I bring it up um, towards my cheek a little bit. You don't want to blend down, you always want to blend up with your contouring. And I also add it to my jawline, again, because of my rounder face and my double chin. So again, circular motions and blend it upwards. And I add it to my temples and the top of my forehead. This is just going to help to slenderize my face, as well as make my forehead appear a little bit smaller. All right. And so now I'm just going to take a flat brush, and this is just going to contour my nose. I'm going in with the same Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I'm just going to create two lines on the sides of my nose. Again, if you have a wider nose, it'll determine how you actually contour it, or if it's slender, you don't have to contour at all. I like to do it. So again, two lines on the sides of my nose, and then I just take whatever products left on it and just help it to blend out. So I'm going into pretty much the corner of my eyes where my eyebrows are. And then I just take my finger and actually blend it out. And boom, automatic nose job. And so now I am taking the new MAC blush. It's part of the Toledo collection. It's one of the ombre ones. And let me just see what shade it is. I'm pretty sure they don't even say it. But... oh, it is in the shade Ripe Peach. And it's just a gradient ombre blush. It starts off a little pink and then goes into a nice golden color. And I just take some of the golden top of the blush, and with the same brush I'm just going to use that as more of a natural highlight versus a silvery type of, oh my god, highlight. And so now for eyebrows, I am taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I like to use the color soft brown, and I just did my eyebrows, so there's not much to it. I just go in and fill in wherever I feel necessary. And you want to do this with light strokes. You don't want to go too harsh. You also want to make it mimic your hair. When I get to the front of my brows, I like to do it a little bit more upwards, just because naturally the front of my brows hair are a little bit more up. This pencil is really good just because it looks a lot more natural. For instance, the pomade, things like that, they are going to be a little bit darker and a little bit more noticeable. Because we are doing such a dark eye, I didn't want my eyebrows to be so dramatic. Same thing on this eyebrow. We're just going to mimic our hair strokes. This one's a little bit more differently shaped than the other one, so I do find that I had to do a little bit more to this eyebrow than the other, just to help them look not like twins, but like sisters. And again, going upwards. And you can do the whole concealer on the bottom and top of it. Again, I just got it done, so I don't feel it's too necessary. Days when my eyebrow game is not on fleek, then I definitely will do it. And then I just like to take the spoolie end of the same brow wiz and just, again, brush my front hairs upwards and the rest more in its natural shape going outwards. And this is just going to help to blend in that product and make it seamless. Alright, so for our lips, I'm starting off with MAC lip liner and Currant. This is just a very deep red, almost purpley shade. A great dupe for this would be Jordana's lip liner. Sorry, Jordana's lip liner in the shade Carbonet. And when you're doing any deep, dark lip color, you want to make sure everything's precise, just because, for instance, a nude or a lighter pink, you won't be able to notice your mistakes, but because of this shade, you will. Also, you always want to make sure with a deeper color that you are lining your lip, just to help from bleeding or smudging or it just looking weird and all over your face. Yeah, so this one runs you, I would say lip liners are $15, $16 at Mac. The Jordana one's $3 or $4, and it's pretty much exactly the same colors. When I don't have this or I'm running low, I definitely do like to switch to the Jordana one, just because I don't like using my high end products as frequently as my drugstore. And you want to make sure you line the corner of your mouth, just because you'll be able to notice that you do have such a harsh line between your natural and um, the lipstick. So I'm using MAC's lipstick in Sin, one of my favorites. And with this, I've done this look with pretty much almost every shade of lipstick. Nude is fine. I also like it with Sushi Kiss. As far as nude goes, I've tried it with Velvet Teddy, and that's pretty awesome as well. I was just feeling a little bit dark and a little bit more grunge. And again, with the darker color, you want to make sure everything's pretty much perfect. If you do make any mistakes, you can always go in with a concealer and a lip brush and just fix that up. I like to take the end of the lipstick and just go around and almost trace or line my lips over. Not overdraw it, but just go over the line that I had with the lip liner. And again, corner of the mouth, you never want to miss that. And voila! So that is the entire look. Thank you. Subscribe and like, please. Bye.